Let's improve your arms overhead shoulder mobility for your handstands. Today is all about crucial points that you need to look out when you want to improve your shoulder mobility for your handstands, and including 2 common mistakes that 90% of beginners are doing. Don't forget, this video is a part of the video series Handstand Kick Up Very Beginner, where I take you from 0 to 100 to kick up to your first handstand. If you haven't watched these videos, you can click here. Every week I share one informative video and one follow-along video where you can train with me for your handstands. It's very beginner tutorials. Let's go into the video. Shoulder mobility is a common issue that holds a lot of beginners back from improving their handstands. But if you're not able to bring your arms overhead without popping your chest or arching your back, then that's gonna be a little bit tricky for you. You know, on the handstand you see that beautiful straight line. It's very logical, because if you put things on top of each other in a straight line perfectly, then it's going to be easier for them to balance, instead of one is popping out to the one side and one is to the other side. If you have popped out ribs and arch back, this might be caused by lack of shoulder mobility. Because you don't have the degree of shoulder flexion in your body, you're compensating by popping the chest or arching your back. 90% of the time, this is caused by tight pectoralis major, lats, real deltoids, or your triceps. To know how to assist your shoulder flexion degree. Shortly, get a block. Put it inside your palms. Put your back on a wall. You tilt your tailbone forward so there is no arch in your lower back, and close your ribs so they're not popping out. Bring your arms overhead without losing this alignment. If you're struggling with shoulder mobility, you probably are gonna stop somewhere here. You can also try the same lying down, belly button down, ribs closed, and then you try to bring your arms overhead without popping the ribs out or arching your back. No. If you want to learn more about how to assist your shoulder flexion mobility, then you can watch this video. I explained more in detail how this assessment is working in that video. First reason why your shoulders might be holding you back from your kick-up handstand is mobility. In the follow-along video, I'm gonna show you few exercises that you can do to improve your shoulder mobility. Second reason why you might not be getting your handstand kick up because of your shoulders is poor technique. Everyone tells you to push the shoulders away, but you don't effing know how to do that. Let's talk about it. This part comes to understanding your scapular mobility and its function. I'm not a physiotherapist yet, but I will explain you how that part is working in the context of handstands. If you want to get a deeper meaning into the handstands, then stay with me. Your scapula, shoulder blade, can move to 6 directions. Upward rotation, downward rotation, retraction, which is also adduction, abduction, when you separate them, which is also protraction, elevation, and depression. Understanding mechanically what we are actually using during handstands on your body really helps you to put yourself into that alignment. In the context of handstand, then you have, of course, upward rotation, where you bring your arms up. And then people always say, push the shoulders away, push the shoulders away. What does it mean? It means elevation, bringing your shoulders to your ears. And before you enter your kick up, you see people closing the ribs, pushing away. Protraction. So you have upward rotation, elevation, protraction. Before you enter your kick up, if you put yourself in this position, there's a little probability that you will fail. It's science. You bring your shoulders over your wrists, because we want to align wrist, shoulder, hips. Then you're already in upward rotation almost, when you kick your legs up, you're gonna get there. So I put myself in protraction and I elevate, show my shoulders to my ears. And now when I kick up, I'm gonna go upward rotation. This is science. First mistake a lot of beginners does is not already putting your shoulders on top of your wrists. If you put yourself already halfway into the alignment, then the only thing you have to do is to bring your hips over your shoulders, right? But if your shoulders are away from your wrists, then you need to find your balance when you're up in that unstable position. Then it's gonna be harder for you to put every alignment on top of each other. So that also means being mindful about how you start. A lot of time I ask my students, okay, what did you do wrong? And they're like, I don't know, because you just kicked without thinking. You didn't think that, okay, hands, wrists, shoulders, and I push away my shoulders to my ears and I close here and blah, blah, blah. And then I look here. That's also a funny thing, but we will get to it later. I ask them, where did you look? And they're like, I don't know. So it's about being more present on a handstand. It's also very meditative because when you do a handstand, you cannot think anything else. You need to focus in that moment. Where are my hands? Where are my eyes? Where am I looking? Am I pushing my shoulders? So you're really in your body, really in the present. So that's also why I like handstands a lot, because my mind is just like, blah, blah, blah. I really like it that I cannot think anything. Yeah. Another mistake that beginners do is not working on this shoulder to ear position enough. You don't have to be on a handstand or on a wall, facing the wall on a handstand, doing shoulder shrugs. You don't need it. Downward facing dog is the perfect position to work on each of these elements, including one additional tip that maybe nobody told you, but it's so easy. So in yoga as well, it's the beginning pose of inversions, upside down movements. Third one, let's talk about those mistakes and that beautiful tip that I'm gonna give you. Your armpit position. On a handstand, your armpits shouldn't be open. They should be externally rotate. But stay there, not just that. Let's talk about the science. This is internal rotation. This is external rotation. But this portion underneath your elbow, it needs to internally rotate. It's not something that you think, but it's just energetically helps you to be in a more elongated position. Okay, let's think of the towel as the towel. If it was wet, how would you squeeze it? You will bend one side towards you and the other one towards myself. So in two directions, right? And then it's still super stiff, super stable, super strong. Same with your arm. If this towel was your arm and I externally rotate, yeah, it's stable, but I can add a little bit more. So I internally rotate the half portion down. Now it's even more stable. So it's the same logic. You externally rotate your arm. I put it externally rotated, and on this part, internal. So it's gonna create that strong foundation. When you're in a downward facing dog, it's the same. You wanna externally rotate your arms and internally rotate your elbow underneath your elbows. And you can think of pressing your hands fully, so that portion that is lifting up between your thumb and your index finger, press it down. We are already in upward rotation because our arms are over our head. We have to do elevation, so shoulders to ears. And what can we do?
I mean, we don't do it in downward facing dog, but you can do a little bit protection. And from the side, this is without any activation. This is with activation. And then you can also do going here to plank. The same, I keep the protraction. Going back into downward facing dog. Keep it. Shoulders always elevated. This is a perfect beginner position to build strength.
This was all the information. Now you can click this video to do a shoulder mobility routine with me, specifically for your handstands. And keep on following me. I'm gonna share next week as well one informative and one follow along video. This time it's gonna be about thoracic spine. So we're gonna talk about those spirals.